Yeah.
So you'll do all that kind of work.
Yeah. Main thing you guys help me with is anything that, you have to be up a ladder.
Sure,
That's
understand.
why.
I'm thinking out loud.
Uh-huh.
When I worked with the city, I quit teaching computer science in 2000 and started this and learned that the city of Durham, more than any other area, is a bit of a maniac regarding building.
Uh-huh.
So that if your neighbor or buddy, you're not in a high traffic area,
Right.
sees some stuff going on, they can make your life very difficult. And the other thing is the deck in the back.
Mm-hmm.
That I don't know how much information they have, but what I was told is that they've got lots of information about our houses now,
Mm-hmm.
from aerial as well as everything. Maybe you're covered, but, and here again, replacing a thing with another thing.
Right.
And I don't want you to get into any trouble when you go to sell it, whenever that it will be.
Right.
Is if I tell you that I've heard about people having problems when they start building, and maybe that's on a new deck situation.
Right.
But
well, I followed their codes. I didn't get a building permit, but I went and looked at codes, and I went one step up.
Okay.
And I'm considering actually getting the permit for this front one too, because it is up front to the house.
Sure.
But I'm replacing. You know what gets me so angry about it is, that was what's on the house. And the inspectors let it pass, and that passed. And,
I see it every day.
and it's ridiculous.
It's
so I'm putting something up that's. Mainly, I think I think what I'm going to do is, get the permit for this one, so that it's so obvious.
And be prepared. The biggest problem that I always have when I build anything here, and I was the craftsman for Craftsman Direct for 6 years, and love building decks. But your footing is 16 by 16 by 12.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a number 4 rebar they stick in the bottom in the pressure test. It can't sink in. You need to hit basically hard clay.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll make you dig.
That won't be very hard here because
I dug it. Well, you may have found hard clay inadvertently, but that's always the biggest problem.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as your engineering is sound, which I would expect it would be, of you got 2x6 decking boards and a 2x8 bands there, but they print a nice little booklet. I've got copies. If you want, I'll email a copy of it to you. That might help you with your build, but it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a simple build there.
Well, I said in the back I went with 2x10s because that was one step bigger than you needed to go.
Yeah.
And I'd probably do the same thing here so that nobody sees.
Well, I'll tell you what they do is if you use a Simpson tie, they want a nail and not a screw. And the little hiccups where you think you're over and above code, but and the others, the galvanized flashing.
Right.
And that your railing here, it can't have any gap that exceeds 4 inches.
Yeah,
which obviously you're grandfathered in for whatever this is, but the new one, they're going to be a little crazy about. The top of that needs to strike your waist at about 36 inches minimum, and double band the outside. Ledger board on the front where you can sit your joist, and I'll probably 2x6, 2x8 would be fine on that build. And check your girder span. It looks like you probably have 5 feet to that first pier, and then another 4 or 5 feet, and whatever it ends up being.
Yeah, but it's going to probably look nothing like what's there, frankly.
Sure.
I'm going to put a 2x10.
Yeah.
2 2x10 girders actually under it to support it.
Okay.
You probably triple those guys up on 6x6s, and
If you have a need, and it might actually save you some money based on what I'm hearing you think about, but I've got a great engineer that'll come out here. He'll do one for probably $200 and give you an engineering plan. You give the engineering plan to the city, and they see the PE stamp, and they rubber stamp it.
Okay,
because
I might very well do that.
Yeah, as well. It's a great guy's name is John. Deal with on-site residential engineering. He used to work with Southern. But I'll give you his number when you get to that point. Y'all can take off on it.
Yeah, I may do that because that's one thing we're facing is time. Time's important too, and I don't want to draw something up and have a lot of nitpicking at the plans.
Take it. If you do it like that, take it to John Reed in the city. He's one of the examiners, and tell him you're a friend of Craftsman Direct, and you know me, and ask him if he'll take a peek at it for you, because he's going to do it anyway. When he stamps it.
Right.
Good guy. Really.
It's just one of these things I kind of